All right, Kate, this is a very special episode of Not-Stalgia. You're sitting in your comfy reading chair.
I am sitting in a chair. It's one of my favorite chairs. Sitting in it. There's a microphone in my face with a pop filter, and that's all I know.
Can you give me some plosives to test that filter?
Puh.
Oh, come on. You could do better than that.
Puh.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, we're going to need a new recorder.
Blew it out.
Kate, can you tell me your experience with reading X-Men comics?
Here's my experience with reading X-Men comics. My spouse, Tyler,
That's me,
is obsessed with reading X-Men comics right now. I think you started with the first one, and you went on various different side quests within this comic run. Run? Is that the right word?
Sort of.
Within this
You're going to read some comic runs
comic.
today.
What? I don't want the runs.
Yeah. Yes.
So you went on various side quests.
New Mutants. X Factor.
Excalibur.
Yeah, that was good.
Stinky guys.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Mostly this happens while I am trying to sleep and you are reading your comic tablet in bed and the light is shining upon me.
I was thinking, this is a quiet activity.
It is a quiet activity. It's better than
what I used to do, play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, because then you have to move the stick back and forth.
If you want to do a manual, you got to go up and down, or down and up.
Like button, stick, stick, button, stick, button, stick, button, stick.
So I thought maybe I'll do a quiet activity like read, but I'm learning right now that apparently the light
shines
on.
Me.
But I thought this case that I have where I kind of like have the cover sort of obscuring the light a little, does that help?
It's not terrible. It's one of your better activities.
One of my better ways I exist.
It's one of your better activities that, it's not super disruptive.
Well, Kate, what I really meant when I asked you your experience reading X-Men, I handed you a graphic novel a while back. After we watched X-Men 2, I gave you the book, the graphic novel it's based on.
It is called?
This isn't a quiz. It's okay if you don't know.
I know what it's called.
I'm not grilling you here.
I'm thinking. God Loves, Man Kills.
Yeah.
I had to reach into the deepest recesses of my brain for that.
What did you think of it?
Well, I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
I didn't hate it.
Well,
I enjoyed the art. I enjoyed the message, and I haven't thought about it since.
Have you ever seen the third X-Men film, Kate? X-Men 3, a.k.a. X-Men The Last Stand?
I feel like this is one of those movies that's like always on TNT. So when you're browsing through the channels, you're like, oh, what's this about? And then you watch it for like 5 minutes and then you move on.
So maybe you've seen a few minutes.
Maybe.
Right. Okay. Well, before we sit down and watch it and do a traditional Not-Stalgia episode about it, I wanted to give you some context. So you've agreed. I want everyone to know, let the record show, you've agreed to read a few comics that are going to help contextualize the film for you. So here's where we're going to start. Ready? Can you describe what I'm handing you?
Okay, so I'm seeing some X-Men type folks. One of them has just absolutely enormous feet. Just absolutely huge. Just paddle boat feet. One of them is a bird with a bazooka. Bird guy with a bazooka. There's like bendy woman who has like maybe a balance issue. There's a snowman. There's Magneto, who I know because you dressed up as him for Halloween. And, oh my God, what's the eye guy's name? Cyclops.
Well done.
That one.
What you hold in your hands, Kate, is a digital version of, does it say X-Men or Uncanny X-Men?
It says, the strangest superheroes of all, the X-Men.
Okay.
Don't miss this fabulous first issue.
That's technically Uncanny X-Men #1, Volume 1, #1 from 1963.
It's approved by the Comics Code, so you know there's no or death.
So this is where it all begins. That's your crew there. That's the original X-Men, right? So this comic ran from 1963 to 1970, but it kind of petered out. It was not as popular, especially by 1970 as, Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, stuff like that, right? Kind of goes away. Flash forward 5 years later in 1975, and this comes out.
This is like a bigger squad. We've got a black person. That's nice. Storm is here. I know Storm.
How do you know Storm?
Because our neighbor dressed up as her for Halloween.
Oh, yeah. And you saw the movie, too.
I saw the movie. She's played by Halle Berry. Would you like me to describe who's on here?
Give me everybody.
Okay.
Let's go through the whole crew.
There's is he an ice guy? He's like riding an ice cloud, but he's very white and he's kind of poofy. There's this hypno guy. He's got a helmet. I don't know who that is. I know who Nightcrawler is because he's your favorite and you're my favorite man. There's a girl with red hair, but she's got an absolutely ludicrously large mask on. It is too much mask. Too much mask, girl. There's somebody in the back and she has green hair and a cape and she looks like she might want to hurt me with her hands. There is kind of a guy who has kind of lion's mane hair, and a stripy cape. I don't know who that is. I don't know if I care to know him. The bird guy's back. I think his name might be Angel, but I'm going to call him Bird Guy. He's back. There's a devil in a stripy, sexy harness, I think. A racially insensitive Native American. A big guy. He's made of metal. Wolverine. I know him. You know why?
Why?
Because I dressed up as him for Halloween. And Cyclops. It's always there. Never leaves. Get a life, Cyclops.
He's the leader.
Take a pottery class.
Okay, Kate, this is, yours says classic X-Men.
I gotta tell you, everybody's legs are looking absolutely ludicrous here.
Ludicrous,
Absolutely
ludicrous. Bad, or they're fit?
Just silly.
Like they're unrealistic?
Just a silly amount of leg.
Yeah, look at Wolverine's quads.
That's too much. That's too much quad.
So yours says classic X-Men, right?
Yes.
What you're holding is a reprinting of what, when it was released in 1975, was called the Giant Size X-Men. And the reason it was giant size is because it was an extra big issue. A normal comic book's 25 pages. This was 68 pages. And this was when they, X-Men stopped being published. They stopped making new X-Men issues in 1970. 5 years later, they finally decide they're going to relaunch, but they're going to have a multiracial team.
That's nice.
A diverse cast, because
they have one black woman,
a Native American character, a German guy, a Russian guy. I think that's kind of a political statement. So it's like an international cast. The biggest thing is they're going to kind of phase out a lot of the original X-Men, replace them with these new people, and this is the beginning of X-Men going on a crazy run that makes it where it's extremely popular for literally decades. Came out in 1975. The version you're reading is from a series called Classic X-Men, where they reprinted a lot of the really famous X-Men stories from this era. So this issue's from 1986. It's the 1986 reprinting, just so you know. But the original Giant Size X-Men, #1, is written by Len Wein, or Len Wein, W-E-I-N, I never know how to say it, and
say Wein.
Drawn by Dave Cockrum. And I would like you to read it. So I'm going to ask you to read it.
This.
I'm going to ask you to read
the one.
A few things. This is the first, because this is the launching of the sort of famous a lot of the famous characters that you're going to know. And then we will transition into the Phoenix saga and then the Dark Phoenix saga. We've never done any reading on this podcast before, so I have no idea how this is going to go. So I've mic'd you up here.
I am mic'd up.
And, just if you have any questions, I'll just be on standby over here reading my own X-Men comic where I left off. I'm on Uncanny X-Men number 281, if anyone's wondering.
Is this still approved by the Comics Code? Because there's a lot of skin.
The Comics Code. Okay, so I actually don't know this, so I'm going to...
Oh, so who's out here asking the hard-hitting questions, doing the research?
I'm going to find out. When was it abandoned? Throughout the 80s and 90s, there's a breakaway from the Comics Code Authority. The Comics Code was still in existence, definitely in 1975, but they were still doing it in 2001. I don't know. I'm
getting a lot of Storm bikini line, and I'm cool with it, but it just feels like maybe it's for the male gaze, I don't like that.
It's definitely for the male gaze. I've told you this.
Males, avert your eyes.
So,
you don't deserve this.
I've been reading through all these comics, and this is a common complaint I have. It's I'll be out in public, I'm waiting, I have a doctor's appointment, I'm in the waiting room, and it's okay, they're going to the beach again, and everybody's in their awooga costumes.
Yeah, that's too much.
Honestly, it's kind of annoying.
You know what I think is interesting? Is that the writers and artists are credited per page here.
The reason is when they put these classic X-Men reprints of older stories out, Chris Claremont, who is going to take over X-Men right after this one issue for the next 2 decades, he inserted some extra material. He used the opportunity of these reprints. So there might be a few pages here and there they've inserted to give additional story information. That's why normally a comic would just be drawn by one person every page. That's an excellent observation, though.
I guess Charles Xavier is kind of attractive.
Are you just saying that because I'm bald? Are you just doing a token, oh, that's bald man's cute because your husband's bald? You can admit it.
He's all right. He's got good cheekbones. There's a lot of exposition here where it's Charles Xavier can read each other's thoughts.
Stan Lee has this famous thing that every comic book is someone's first comic book, but also they're re-onboarding people to X-Men after 5 years,
Oh, damn. Cyclops. He was having problems, but now he can't turn his eyes off. It's not good. What an affliction. Why wouldn't he just laser through his eyelids?
It's an excellent point, but I guess the power is anytime his eyes are open, it shoots out.
Charles Xavier is absolutely spooning the Cyclops right now. Cyclops is in the danger room. Why would you go in the danger room?
Oh, do you know what the danger room is?
No.
Okay, that's their training area. It's a fancy room with robots and holograms, and they can train.
Charles Xavier's, he's got to bring the Avengers together. He's Avengers assemble, X-Men, come here. He reaches out with his Mind? Oh, and now we're in Germany. Stay in Germany, guy.
He's putting the team together, the new team.
All right, so here's Nightcrawler. He's your favorite guy.
I love Nightcrawler. My tablet I read all these on has one sticker on the case, and it's Nightcrawler in the danger room.
All right, now we're going to Quebec. Gonna get the Wolverine. La, la, la. Do you think Wolverine's always wearing this costume, this little suit? Who the heck is Banshee?
Banshee was an enemy of the X-Men in an earlier issue, and so it's that trope that you love, enemies to teammate.
It's like the 60s here?
Well, this came out in 1975, and Marvel typically,
70s?
Yeah, they typically take place around the time they're published, unless they state otherwise.
That's just interesting. I feel like everybody else gets to live in the 70s, and then Aurora is just like in this very primitive, like no one's wearing clothes. There's this guy, Sunfire in Osaka. What's his power?
I think he shoots fire out of his body.
Good old Peter Rasputin.
Oh, he's great too.
Oh, here we are in Camp Verde, Arizona. John Proudstar. Now he's wrestling a buffalo? Bison?
Are you making the point that what they thought they were doing as diversifying the team is a good thing, as representation might be a bit tokenizing?
The representation I can definitely get behind. I think it's a little tokenizing to have the one Native American character wrestling a bison. But, do you like that John Proudstar is like, no, I don't want to do this. White people suck.
That's interesting.
It was at Long Island.
Westchester, New York.
Westchester. Here they are in Westchester.
Salem Center.
Also, these mutants had been all living in these disparate corners of the globe. Now here they are, and they're all in their little costumes. Did they have these little costumes just waiting for them?
Wolverine had his, but I think Professor Xavier may have had those made. Nightcrawler's might be his circus uniform. I don't know. If they don't explain it, then they should never explain it. Charles Xavier has been known to surprise his teams with new uniforms, so he definitely has a costume shop somewhere.
Who's working in this costume shop? All right, there's a lot happening on this one single page. They're like, okay, we went to the island and we found the missing guys, but also the island is sentient and there's a giant guy and he's coming to fight us. What? Okay, now they're back. Then they hurled it into deep space. Now they're going back to New York. What, they have dinner reservations or something? Now all the original X-Men are back and they're all just making out with each other. Here's two X-Men that I don't even know I don't know them. Havoc and Polaris, they're just necking in the kitchen. Charles Xavier's like, all right, well, I better see what everyone's up to. And he's like, oh, they're making out over the kitchen dishes. I gotta go. Then we got Scott upstairs with Jean Grey.
Is Wolverine like peeking through the window or something? I know you truly don't care, but Havoc and Polaris, they were like the last two characters introduced in the old run of the X-Men. Havoc is Cyclops' brother, his long-lost brother, and Polaris may or may not be Magneto's daughter. She also has magnet powers.
Got it. Then we got Jean Grey. She's like, why won't Scott ever love me? I can read his thoughts. I know he loves me, but he won't express it. Just be content to read his thoughts.
You're going to tell him to communicate. Instead, you told her to be content to read his thoughts.
I think both parties have a little bit of work to do here.
Kate, I think you're finally starting to get it. You're starting to get it. This is what's so fun about comics. I love like a 2-panel huge thought bubble from Jean Grey.
Now we got, what's his name?
There's like 40 characters. I'm going to need
too many
to describe
here.
him.
Oh, maybe he's the Iceman. He's like, all these Russians and Germans who are in my house. Like, they just got you out of an evil island that was sentient, sir. The least you could do is show some gratitude. All right, I see why you like Nightcrawler.
What's he up to?
He's over there like, oh, I look like a monster, and therefore you're going to say I am a monster. You object to Peter's government, and then you condemn him. You're all for mutant rights, but only when those mutants fit your aesthetic and political agenda. All right, Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler does have like a funny little claw, though. Seems like it would be nice to touch.
I'm so glad Nightcrawler is speaking about not judging people by their looks. Look at his funny little claw.
It's kind of cute, though. This guy's such a
What? Iceman?
Yeah. Who is it?
John Proudstar?
John Proudstar's like, I wonder, if I'll ever fit in here. Like, it would be nice to feel like I belong. Like, when I served in the war or when I was with my tribe. And he like goes up to Iceman and is like, hey, this mansion's pretty big. You want to like share the secrets of the mansion with me? Haha. And he was like, you want to explore? Go right ahead. Everything's labeled. You can't get lost assuming you can read.
Oh, no.
Like, Jesus. Oh my God, he just froze John Proudstar. All right, Jean Grey, you're a very powerful mutant. There is no need for you to be mooning over, what's his name?
Cyclops?
Yeah, there's no need. Yeah, Wolverine, stay away.
Here we go.
She's just like mooning around a tree like, oh, we were the original X-Men. What does it mean that all these people are here? And he's like, hey, what are you doing?
These two.
Now everybody's fighting. We got Angel fighting Wolverine because he's talking to Jean Grey. This is just middle school. Charles Xavier is running a middle school.
Oh, Angel has had his own pining for Jean Grey as well. This whole thing is a
Charles
mess.
Xavier is just running. It's a middle school.
Just imagine a middle school where everyone has a different uncontrollable mutant power.
I do like that Wolverine's kind of a little guy. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Jean Grey is now like confiding in Charles Xavier. She's like, I just love Scott so much, but I can't deny my attraction to Wolverine. Charles Xavier should just be like, listen, perhaps you should deal with this on your own.
Yeah, he's like, I thought you were going to come ask me about like a question about your mutant power.
Yeah, I'm not prepared for this.
I think his school could really use a counselor.
Yeah, maybe. Mutant school counselor.
Remember, they are all adults here.
Can I throw this at you?
No.
Is it worth money?
It's a 1986 X-Men classic #1.
All right, just
I think it's a reprint, actually, of that.
take it away.
All
Take
right.
it from me.
Okay, Kate. That was part 1 of your 3-part, and each part gets longer. X-Men education. All right, so what are your thoughts?
I don't know if I'm like built to read like a comic or a graphic novel. It's just like not super appealing to me in format.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine, but I don't see myself seeking out a comic or a graphic novel like independently.
On your own, not related to your homework
Something
for this
your husband is
podcast.
forcing you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, they really abridged this. So I didn't read this before I gave it to you. They abridged Giant Size X-Men #1 pretty significantly.
Yeah, they were like, it was
Wow.
1 page of the fight scene. It was like, and then they fought.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah, they did it in 18 pages. The 63-page. Interesting. Okay, moving on. Kate, I'm going to hand you the next book you're going to look at. Don't panic.
Why is it so thick?
Can you describe this?
Oh, it's heavy. All right, I'm holding a very large book. It says X-Men Dark Phoenix Saga. Why does Jean Grey have to be in a skirt? Why is she in a skirt?
That's left over from
Could
the
she possibly
60s.
have a skort? Perhaps a skort?
I'm curious to see what you think. What you think of her transformation from Marvel Girl to Phoenix, because her costume's gonna change. That's the old Marvel Girl costume from literally Professor Xavier gave her in the 60s.
Charles.
You were rolling your eyes for anyone,
Charles.
for everyone listening.
I usually like you. Could you please, for the love of God, consider the functionality of the outfit? And then there's a
He just gave Iceman a belt, basically.
there's a bubble that says one of the most shocking and well-loved storylines in X-Men history. Yeah, we'll see.
We know how you do with things that are beloved by people.
I'm here to kill your darlings.
Okay, Kate.
It's me.
You're gonna open this up to where I've bookmarked it.
You've bookmarked it.
Okay, so you're going to read. Ready? So you've read the reintroduction of the X-Men from Giant Size #1. Now we're jumping ahead just briefly, just about a year, a little less, honestly, to 1976. I would like you to read, so this is the Phoenix storyline. Remember, we're building up to the Dark Phoenix.
Okay.
The Phoenix
Regular Phoenix.
storyline is going to be today Uncanny X-Men issues 100 and 101, at least an excerpt of 101. And then we're going to jump ahead to 105, 107, and 108. So it's about 4.5 comics.
All right. X-Man versus X-Man in a battle to the death.
Oh, little context, because these are all cliffhangers. They're on a space station fighting robot versions of themselves.
This kind of sounds like you're Drew Carey and you are setting up a skit in Whose Line Is It Anyway?
They were fighting Sentinels, and do you know what a Sentinel
What's
is?
a Sentinel?
They're these big purple guys. They're robots designed to kill mutants. So they're like kind of the main arch nemesis of the X-Men. And they got to this space station where the Sentinels were, and now they kind of fought the Sentinels. It was going well, but then they themselves came out to fight themselves.
Okay.
And scene.
Why is Charles Xavier standing up? I guess I got to find out. All right, here I go. Oh, there's a lot going on here. Big 2-page spread. A lot happening. Once they had all been friends. All right, now they're fighting each other. One of them saying midget.
Oh, is Wolverine being called a midget?
I don't know. Maybe I can't tell.
You can't
There's
tell
a lot
who's
of
talking to who?
writhing bodies. I like that Storm and Nightcrawler always seem to be buddies. You know, that's nice. There's just a lot happening here. Everyone's quads look great, though. All right, so here's Jean Grey as Marvel Girl. Not even a skirt, just a skirt.
Where does it sit on her leg?
Not in a place that looks comfortable. I'm still confused by what's happening here.
They're fighting robots. What else is there to know?
But the robots look like they're friends. Charles Xavier's standing up. That's how you know he's an imposter.
He might, at this time, have had the function of his legs.
Tyler, you got to tell me these things.
He's had him, he hasn't, he's had him, he hasn't.
Oh, he and his legs are on again, off again?
Yes. His alien girlfriend.
Tyler, never mind.
Never mind.
Just don't speak.
She healed him. I can fix him.
All right, so Wolverine be cutting up the imposter Marvel girl. Oh, she was a robot. I don't know who this evil guy is. Who's Larry Trask? He's probably our new Secretary of State.
He created the Sentinels.
Like I said. All right, now they have to get off this space station. They don't know how. What's going to happen? Jean Grey trying to do it all. She sucked all the knowledge out of this guy's head. All right, so Jean Grey's like, I can withstand the radiation, and now I can pilot the shuttle because I took that man's knowledge. Here I go. She gets to have a nice tearful goodbye with Aurora. That's nice. I like this melty... Jean Grey's face is like melting off.
Isn't that cool? It's kind of psychedelic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. Not upset with it.
1976. You know?
So here she is, next episode... Next edition. What is this? Next
issue?
Comic book.
How was
next
the
issue.
How was the cliffhanger? Was she piloting the plane? What happened?
Yeah, it was like, my screen is starting to fail. Okay, great, Jean. All right, the X-Men all survived. Surprise. Uh-oh. Here comes Jean Grey. She just blasted out of the water. She's totally fine. And she got pants.
See?
Amazing.
This is a modern outfit for a modern era, 1976.
Modern woman. She's got more rights than I do right now. All right, get it, Jean. New costume's cool. All right, so she just burst out of the scummy, garbage-strewn water, glowing with iridescent rainbow fire. And she was like, I'm back, bitches. Looking better than ever. I got pants. My hair's looking amazing. And I'm here to just blast you. She's good now. She's out.
Everything's
She's gonna be
fine.
Completely fine. Man, Wolverine's such a simp.
For Jean Grey?
Yeah, he's buying her flowers. He's like, man, you gotta be crazy. You're just like a school kid in love with some broad.
Are you quoting this, or are
Yeah,
these your own
I'm
thoughts?
All right, so all the X-Men are wearing their regular outfits.
Like they're civvies?
Yeah, it's very funny. Wolverine has a cowboy hat on. All right, so we don't know what's going on with Jean Grey. We don't know what's up.
Didn't she burst out of the ocean declaring that she is now the Phoenix?
Yeah, but like she's at the hospital. She's resting.
So she burst out, but then had to lay down after?
Yeah, of course.
It was a lot of exertion.
Now we got Scott. Scott's outfit doesn't look very good.
What's he wearing?
He's wearing like a red suit.
It matches Ruby Quartz glasses.
Miss Grey is going to be just fine. The doctor came out.
The doctor come out and share that information with these people who are not related to her.
Tyler, it was the 70s. Every woman's medical information was property of everyone else. Wait.
He told her professor and some guy that's on the team with her.
Friends.
Maybe her boyfriend. All right, we're leaving Jean in bed. The rest of the team is going, I think, to Ireland on vacation.
What?
So you could skip ahead now. You're not going to see the Phoenix for a while. You can jump to issue 105. So while you're skipping ahead, what you're missing is the X-Men go on their vacation. They go to Ireland, but then they have to fight the Juggernaut. Of course, he's there. Then Magneto's there. Then Eric the Red is there. And then we're going to pick up with Phoenix in issue 105.
All right, so Jean Grey's been laying down for like a couple issues.
She is literally, yes, she's just been resting.
All right, issue 105. Phoenix Unleashed.
Oh, and by the way, this whole run is written by Chris Claremont and drawn by Dave Cockrum, except for number 108, which was drawn by John Byrne. These are all legendary X-Men contributors.
Guy.
Who's sexy? Oh, that's Eric the Red.
Now we got somebody called Fire Lord.
Okay, Fire Lord is a former Herald of Galactus, like the Silver Surfer. Do you know who Galactus is?
No.
Didn't I just...
No.
Remember yesterday I told you I wanted the Galactus popcorn bucket, but I can't afford it?
We're not buying the Galactus popcorn bucket. We're just not doing it. I'm not doing it. There's like, sometimes you have to draw a line in the sand in your marriage. And the Galactus popcorn bucket is my line in the sand. I'm not buying the Galactus popcorn bucket. Don't try to show me a picture of the Galactus popcorn bucket. Look, he's typing furiously over there.
You gotta see it. You gotta see it, Kate.
Don't you dare show me. What the is that?
The eyes light up.
How do you even eat popcorn out of that? That's not even a large.
I hold it. Oh, no, it's huge. I think it's enormous.
No.
I hold one of his little handles and pass him over to you.
Absolutely not.
Here's someone filling it up.
What the makes you think that I would buy that?
Here it is next to a man. Look how big it is.
Is it giving me free popcorn?
Oh, no, I think you still... Actually, if you pay $80
I have to pay $80
for a bucket...
and then I have to pay for popcorn?
All right, sorry. Sorry, so Galactus
Does it have a motorized arm that shovels the popcorn into my mouth?
Galactus is a big guy. He eats planets, and he sends his herald ahead to, like, find planets for him to eat. Firelord was one of those heralds.
Why are we filling his head with popcorn? This is a line in the sand in my mouth.
So Firelord is super strong. That's important. It's going to be a good stress test for the Phoenix's powers.
I can't get over Nightcrawler's feet. It's like he's got chicken feet. Everybody's fighting. Everybody needs to get taught a lesson. They keep referencing the last issue, calling it the last ish. What's this bug?
Who? Oh, that's a spaceship. So the Shi'ar Empire, Professor Xavier's alien girlfriend is a member of the Shi'ar Empire, and they kind of have bug-looking spacecrafts.
Okay.
You're going to see the Starjammers. There's a guy named Corsair. He's wearing red and a bandana, and he has a mustache. That's Cyclops' dad.
Why? All right, so Jean Grey and Misty are renting this like cute little flat. It's a 5th floor walk up in Greenwich Village. Pretty
Sounds
pricey
expensive
these days. All right, so is this Professor X's girlfriend just teleported into the apartment? Why?
Well, Kate, the Shi'ar Empire is probably having some problems. They need the X-Men's help. They're probably in a pickle.
All right, the Fire Lord just blasted into their apartment. So he's got bright yellow jorts on and then kind of like a very deep V top.
I just feel like every character's got like great eyeshadow or eyeliner on in some of these drawings.
Here's Jean Grey. She's like, all right, I'm Phoenix. Blasts into her costume, punches the Fire Lord, doing what she needs to do, protecting her home.
And this is her first sort of like waking up since she was bedridden. That's important.
Okay.
We're finally seeing her in action here. That's why I wanted to show you
she's fighting
this.
the Fire Lord. I forgot Jean Grey's parents came to visit. What a time. What a time to visit. Not convenient.
This is what like every parent who has a kid who lives in the city, but the parents live in the suburbs think will happen when they come to visit.
Fire Lord's going to blast through your apartment.
You finally convince them to come to visit, even though they've been skeptical of traveling into, quote, the city, capital T, capital C.
So we're going where no X-Man has gone before.
Where?
I don't know.
They've been all over the place. 2 issues ago, they were
There's a war
in space.
The winner of this war will hold the fate of the universe. There's just every time. It's
You don't like when that happens, right?
Oh, the fate of the universe. How about Jean Grey does some work on herself? How about Scott does some work on himself? How about Wolverine goes to therapy?
You joke. I'm sure in the 50 years that this has been going on, or whatever it is, even more now, that they've done an issue where Wolverine goes to therapy.
Just a lot of colors. Hobgoblin. What? I feel like the bug aliens, their hair is like very bold. It's a very bold choice.
Who is this episode for? I don't know, but it's going to be a good one. So yeah, there's Corsair. That's Cyclops' dad.
What's he doing here? Why
It's
is
his
he
daddy.
not old?
He got he is old. I mean, he's older than Cyclops. He got abducted by aliens. You know what? It's not worth explaining.
Something called the Starjammer.
Yeah, these are the Starjammers. These guys rule.
Cyclops' dad went out for milk and then never came home.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Space milk. He's like the leader of the Starjammers. They're like cool space pirates.
All new, all different X-Men.
That's like when they switch to the... You've only been reading all new, all different X-Men. When they switch teams in Giant Size #1, that was the new.
I initially was like, man, I just feel bummed out that like Storm's butt is just like right here.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, look at this guy.
Oh, yeah, look at Banshee.
Look at Banshee. Banshee's fully just spread-eagled, legs wide open. Equal opportunity.
Yeah, so...
But look, no one else's butt is visible. Look,
they're
like,
cheesecaking
we cannot
people.
Show anyone's butt. But then we go straight up Main Street
Banshee.
on Banshee.
Yeah, it's cheesecakey, but it is cheesecakey for all genders.
There's like a swamp thing. Look at this ripped ass swamp thing. What is that? That's the Shape of Water right there.
He's a Starjammer. I don't know any of the Starjammers' names. There's the cat girl. There's the big gill monster. Yeah. There's like a couple guys with mustaches.
I like this little guy. Is he a bad guy?
Who is that? I don't even know who that little guy
Jamf.
is. I don't even remember this guy. It's the
Tyler,
little hairy guy that
Jamf.
Wolverine's talking to named Jamf.
Jamf. This is Jamf.
Sure.
He's a guardian of the gate into eternity. No one is to approach the crystal. All right, Jamf is just throwing everyone around now.
He's little but strong.
Look at Jamf. Look at him. Look at him. I kind of am obsessed with Jamf.
Here we go. Katie has found some character nobody remembers.
Tyler, if you don't remember Jamf from super new, all different, all fresh X-Men 108, can you even call yourself a fan? I'm a Jamf head. All right, Jamf is just literally grabbing people by the throat. Amazing. They got inside the crystal, then the crystal got inside them, then it made them have nightmares.
All right, here we go. It's getting more psychedelic now.
Jean Grey died when she was piloting that spaceship, and then she was reborn. All right, so Jean Grey took a little ayahuasca, right? All the liquid in her body came out of all of her orifices, and she became the Phoenix. She's just super, super, super power. Big power, the most power. So she did it. She became super powered, then everybody went home.
Yeah, but she just like was able to use her power to like, use some crystal to like realign the universe or something?
Yeah.
So she's really powerful. She's much more powerful than her team.
Yeah.
She's a little OP, as they say.
Great.
All right, so that's the Phoenix. That's the Phoenix backstory there. That's what's going on with the Phoenix. When next you sit down, Kate, you'll be reading The Dark Phoenix.
I'm scared.
What'd you think? Did that make any sense whatsoever?
I was able to pay less and less attention.
So, Kate, this paperback I'm handing you collects Uncanny X-Men 129 through 137. These were all written by Chris Claremont, drawn by John Byrne. John Byrne also co-wrote, I believe, these issues as well. And they were released between 1979 and 1980. This is it. What did it say on the other one? It was like the most beloved X-Men series ever.
Dark Phoenix Saga.
Oh, you're going to encounter some stuff you don't know. Just the quick version. They've been on some adventures since you last left them. You just skipped a bunch of issues since what you last read. There's Moira McTaggart, her son Proteus, who was really evil. Don't worry about it.
Okay, we're not going to worry about them.
No, you're going to see the Hellfire Club. They're kind of this weird secret society.
Okay.
Kind of like an elite secret society that wants to control.
Like the Illuminati.
Yeah, but the Illuminati also exists within Marvel Comics, so a different one. You're going to love how they dress their women.
Who's Sean?
Banshee?
Oh.
The guy who screams and is Irish?
Yeah.
His power is that he screams.
All right, so we've left Banshee behind. Literally the first panel was like, bye, guy.
Well, he's in love with Moira McTaggart. Never mind. Don't worry about it too much.
Who's this guy?
Who?
Jamie?
Oh, that's the multiples man. Jamie Madrox. His power is he can clone himself all the time. And then
but he's still just a Kansas farm boy.
Just recombine the clones.
Okay.
He's in like a green suit, right?
Yeah. All right. Everybody's hugging. Some of the X-Men have taken off.
They just had a very harrowing adventure.
Everybody's just flying back to the Westchester. Peter Rasputin is having existential time. All right. So now Jean Grey traveled backwards in time. She's on a ship. She's got a fancy dress on.
She's just doing a little Bridgerton, I think.
Yeah, she's having like a Bridgerton moment. She's reliving the life of an ancestor. Damn, Scott's dating Colleen because Jean Grey died in Antarctica. Come on, Tyler, get with it.
Aren't those editor's notes helpful? Classic Scott Summers. Jean Grey, I love you so much, Jean Grey. And then it's like they were separated briefly because this whole thing happened with Magneto's base. And then he's like, Colleen Wing, let's go.
Yeah, what a loser. What a weenie. He's absolutely punching up, pulling down Jean Grey. And then he's like, oh no, she died in Antarctica for the 18th time. Guess I better move on the next day.
Good thing you're not reading all the way past the Dark Phoenix to see what happens with Madeline Pryor.
Wolverine, what are you doing in the danger room? Get out of here. They're all adults, but Charles Xavier has like an elaborate demerit system set up for them. He's like, please let Wolverine know that his outburst will cost him 10 demerits. Like, Wolverine's like 30. Would the demerit system work on me? Probably. Do you think they have a chore wheel?
It's even worse because Wolverine could be like over 100 for all we know with his healing factor.
This Cerebro machine's always beeping. All right, everybody's fighting. La la la. Here's Emma Frost. I don't know who that is. She's a white queen.
How's she dressed?
She's got a corset and underpants. And thigh-high boots. I mean, good for Emma, but like...
That's the White Queen's uniform in the Hellfire Club.
No one else wears this uniform?
The Black Queen.
What about the men?
Does Shaw wear it? No. He wears a trench coat, I think. He wears like a dumb suit or a vest or something.
All right, so they took the X-Men. They took them. Oh, now we got the dramatic debut of the Dazzler.
I forgot Dazzler gets introduced in the middle of this. What a mess.
The Dazzler's absolutely wild, though. The Dazzler looks like she's just come from a Kiss concert. I'm so in.
Dazzler was the most capitalist thing you could think of, the most consumerist idea. They conceived her with like Columbia Records or something, and it was like they released a record and they made this superhero
Dang.
at the same time, and the record didn't really take off, but Dazzler has been around in Marvel Comics ever since. This is her original look, which is incredible.
Oh, now they're all in the club. They're in a disco. All right, so the White Queen's here. How'd you get Charles? Everybody's naked in these cages. They're literally all naked in cages. Why? And Kitty Pryde zooped away. Jean Grey's back in the disco, back at the ranch. Jason Wingard, I guess he works for the Hellfire Club, but he just keeps trying to like seduce Jean Grey. It's unclear. He's just making out with her in the club. Scott's just hanging out in the corner. All right, the Dazzler just appeared. There's a lot happening.
Is she on roller skates or no?
No, she has disco shoes. Literal disco ball shoes. It's a very chaotic night at the club.
Would it surprise you to know that I've read the Dazzler's entire 42-issue comic series that she had?
Get a life. Run for your life, Kitty Pryde. Get out of here, little girl. All right, so Jean Grey absolutely just killed people. She just killed these guys. Kitty Pryde was running away from some guys. The guys were chasing her in a car. And Scott was like, Jean, this is kind of overkill. Like, this car is just like a twisted hunk of metal. And she was like, I do not care.
Uh-oh. Sounds like Phoenix is turning into Dark Phoenix.
I'm here for it.
It's happening.
Jean Grey's just busting into people's minds now. Oh my God, Wolverine is so hairy. He's so hairy.
right? Like he's just covered completely in hair.
And he's got like little briefs on too. And it just stops though with his neck. It just completely, there's no hair on his neck. What? I think Scott's like a little scared of Jean Grey.
Wouldn't you be?
He should be. All right, so now the Phoenix is fighting the White Queen. Girl fight.
Nothing for the male gaze in there, I'm sure.
No. Dazzler appeared, was offered a spot in the X-Men, and she was like, no thanks. She just zoomed away.
Good for her.
I guess the Angel is back. He looks like he's in like a men's fitness magazine from the 50s.
He's got kind of a weird uniform now.
Yeah.
It's like a red, right?
Gym
like a
shorts
weird
and a tank
headband.
top.
Oh, is he not in his uniform? He's just chilling? Let me see this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's just giving Jean Grey a little kissy. Now Jean and Scotty are making out on a rock. She took his glasses off and his little shriveled eyes are underneath there.
Oh, she's using her power to make it so he can have his glasses off, right?
His ruby quartz glasses.
Wow, she's got to do all this work.
God, just men being propped up by the labor of women. I still don't understand how this man is making Jean Grey blip through time. Wingard's taking Jean upstairs. Damn, son. Why is Sebastian Shaw so ripped? Why does he look like Jack Nicholson?
Everybody's ripped, I feel like, in these comic books, you know.
Harry Leland is just an absolute unit. All right, so now Jean Grey is in like a corset and underpants, and she's the Black Queen, I guess. But she's been tricked by Jason. What's his name? Wolverine survived, though.
Of course he
The
did.
attack. The X-Men have caught up with Jean Grey, who's the Black Queen now. She's got like a scary spiky collar and Gibson girl hair, which is real confusing.
What is Gibson girl hair?
Gibson girl hair.
Is that
Look it up.
I've never heard of that. Can you describe it?
It looks like that. They would do ads in, like the late 1800s, and all the women would look like that. It's an interesting juxtaposition between the spiked collar and the Gibson girl hair. Okay, so now everyone's been transported back into her, like, mental fantasy of the 1700s, but it's not so good because now Storm appears to be enslaved.
Are you saying they went there?
They went there.
If this X-Men comic from 1980 could clearly articulate why anyone who wishes to go back to the past has a deeply flawed at best and deeply problematic at worst intention, maybe we all could have figured that out in 2025.
Perhaps.
In 2016, in 2024.
All right, don't worry. In several issues ago, when Jean and Scott were hanging out on a mountaintop naked, she was like, I'm going to establish a permanent mental bond with you. So...
Would you like to have a permanent mental bond with me, or would it be really annoying?
It'd be too much. I think it'd just be too much for me. Oh, thank God. Banshee's gonna save the day. He's just hanging out on an island. So whoever's mind-controlling Jean Grey also made her super flirtatious. Just makes Scott so mad. I don't like it either. So now he has to go hang out with Jean in her mind palace. All right, now Scott and Jason Wingard are fighting inside Jean Grey's mind palace. What? I would say just get out of my mind palace. Do not be in. Jean Grey somehow shook off the psychic hold, and she's just using Scott through their special bond to just absolutely kill everyone in the room. Incredible. Now the Beast is getting in on the action. Just kind of looks like Blue Wolverine a little.
His hair is the same shape, yes.
Yeah, why would they do that?
But they're very distinct, different types of men.
Jean's not doing so well.
Even though she was able to get out of it and destroy the mastermind, she's left with some...
I think she might be left with some PTSD.
A little bit of lingering trauma.
Not so good.
There's a classic cover. That's her, smashing the X-Men logo. Incredible.
She's now attacking the X-Men, and they're like, why are you doing this to us? And she's like, do not ask me for pity. I have none. You know what?
Uh-oh.
Jean Grey, you would have loved 2025. They just all noticed that Jean Grey was doing something. They were like, holy smokes.
Someone stop that woman.
God forbid a woman get any modicum of power. All right, so now Jean Grey's just blasting through space. Good for her. Uh-oh. Jean, what are you doing?
What happened?
She just blasted a planet to death.
I'd just like to remind you that about 2 pages ago, you were like, go for it, Jean. Enjoy your life. Go blast off into space. Whatever you're doing is great.
Jean.
She just genocided a whole planet.
You might just need to go to therapy, Jean.
Did we see the people?
Yeah.
What do they look like?
They kind of look like Thing 1 and Thing 2 from The Cat in the Hat. Too much of a good thing, Jean. She went a little too girl boss. You can't just be mad all the time, bud. You know? Sometimes you got to take a break.
Why'd she blow up that planet?
Because she's mad.
Oh.
She's just been taken over. She's just raw power and lust, apparently.
Has she gone full Dark Phoenix now?
She has. She's zooming through the planets, killing people, genocide. It's the final phase of the Phoenix. Here we go. I think I'm on the last one. A lot of aliens in this one. Big hair choices. Weird eyes. All right, so Jean Grey's gone back to her childhood home, and her mom's like, hey, are you eating enough? She is the Dark Phoenix. She just ate a whole planet.
Moms, am I right?
Uh-oh. She's getting a little mad at her family. That's not so good. All right, so now the X-Men are going to trap Jean Grey. They're doing, like, I guess, an intervention.
They're going to trap her, like, physically?
Yeah.
Like in a cage?
Nightcrawler just teleported on to her. He put some kind of cool headband on her. It's going to block her thoughts. They just keep being like, Jean, let us help you. And she's like, I will dance on your grave. She's kind of like vacillating back and forth between being the Dark Phoenix and being Jean. Not so good. Oh, now Scotty's going to talk to her. Oh, and then Charles Xavier mind blasted her. Oh, then she blasted him. The insane young telepath versus her teacher. So Charles Xavier ended up winning, I guess. Oh, and then Scott proposed. Scott, read the room. Read the room, Cyclops. I know you are blind, but you can pick up on the energy in the room.
He's not blind.
He's not blind?
He can see.
What?
He can see. He can see perfectly fine. He just has to, as long as he has his ruby quartz glasses on or his visor. Yeah, he's not blind. You thought he was blind this whole time?
He was blind
I guess
this whole
I should have
time.
clarified. No, he's not blind.
All right, well, even fewer excuses for you then, Scott, because you can see.
He's not monitoring her mood.
He is not monitoring her moods. But she said yes. Oh, girl, come on.
Maybe she does want that right now.
She's completely nude.
What?
She's completely nude.
Why?
Her costume blew off. All was well. Now they disappeared. Who is this? Do I have to read this one? 137. Who's this little guy?
Yeah, that's
Who's
Uatu.
this little creep?
That's Uatu.
Why does he look like you?
Hey, oh my God. Uatu is the Watcher, Kate. He is from a race of beings who they like to watch.
What a creep.
They just observe what's going on.
Why does Uatu look like you?
He's bald. He's bald and white. You got me. But they're not allowed to intervene in what they watch. They just record.
They just saw it.
They just record what's going on.
Blip him away.
What?
They were removed from Earth.
The Watchers?
No, the X-Men. They were all hanging out. They were about to yub-nub. Everything was good, you know?
So Jean was fine.
Yeah. She accepted a proposal. She's wearing a robe.
Yeah, okay. She got some clothes.
Yeah, she got a bathrobe.
All right, well, read on.
Okay, now they're saying that Phoenix got to be destroyed because she's too strong. I mean, she did genocide an entire planet.
Yeah, I don't think she can just...
They're bringing her to space, The Hague, to try her for her crimes. Uh-oh. Charles Xavier's challenging his girlfriend to a duel. What's happening? So now he's going to duel his girlfriend. Man, Scott's like a little too blindly loyal, I think. I think if you genocided a planet, I would probably be like, you know what? I think we need to take a break, you know?
You wouldn't propose right after?
I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. Jean Grey got punched by Peter Tolstoy. Peter Rasputin. Punched her right in the face, and then she was like, I'm back now.
She's normal again?
She just keeps becoming Phoenix, and she's saying that, like, I can't control it. You should probably kill me. All right, so she burned herself into dust. She couldn't trust that she would not become the Dark Phoenix over and over again. And she was like, I kind of liked being Dark Phoenix. God forbid a woman have a modicum of power.
I'll remind you, she blew up a whole planet.
And that's it. The end. She blew herself up. All right, Kate,
what'd you think of that extremely long comic book reading odyssey?
It was a lot of context, I think.
Whole heck of a lot.
It's a lot of context.
Do you now feel fully equipped to watch X-Men 3, The Last Stand?
I guess. I don't know.
Do you remember what happened at the end of X2? I hate that name, X2.
X2.
X-Men United.
The daddy from Succession was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a tank, and Wolverine killed the daddy from Succession.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
Do you remember what happened to Jean Grey?
No.
She died.
Oh, she died? She just straight up died?
So they were trying to escape, and it was like going to flood or something. And she had to, for some reason, stay outside of the aircraft and telekinetically
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
fly it. And then she drowned. And then the last thing we saw was the Phoenix symbol, but in a big water. So it was kind of their movie version of her piloting everyone back down from space. They didn't really let us think she was dead for any length of time in the comic, right?
No, it was like, she died. Oh, nope, never
She
mind.
flew out of the water, yeah. So they left us in that movie on the cliffhanger of it looked like she died. But we got that little phoenix, which now we know. Well, I guess you didn't need to read all this to know that a phoenix means rebirth. So
yeah, that's
maybe you didn't need all this
an
context.
archetype, baby.
Who's the furball?
Hank McCoy, Secretary of Mutant Affairs.
Right. The secretary. Nice suit.
Henry, this is Logan. He's
Wolverine.
I hear you're quite an animal.
Look who's talking.
You know Magneto's gonna come get Mystique, right?
Magneto's not the problem. At least not our most pressing one. A major pharmaceutical company has developed a mutant antibody, a way to suppress the mutant X gene.
Suppress?
Permanently. They're calling it a cure.
Well, that's ridiculous. You can't cure being a mutant.
Well, scientifically speaking...
Since when did we become a disease? How can anybody in their right...
All right, here's the X-Men comic book flippin' logo. Is this like before comic book movies were cool again?
Yeah, they were. X-Men helped make them cool, and then they stopped being cool for a hot minute. But Iron Man's going to come out 2 years from now.
Okay, so this is 20 years ago, right? They're saying this is 20 years ago. And I guess they just like moisturized Ian McKellen and...
no, they're doing that. An early version of that thing.
Yeah, that
computer.
thing where they like superimpose their faces, but it's like they're very clearly both old still, right? It's kind of like that thing where it's like Dumbledore looks like Jude Law and then he looks like Dumbledore, you know, within like the span of 3 years, right? Because like that one movie where they're young, where you got like hot Magneto and hot Charles Xavier.
That hasn't come out yet.
They look much younger.
Just don't think too hard.
All right,
about
fine.
It.
Oh, and also Charles Xavier's walking. That's an important...
Oh, yeah, good catch. It's confusing because in the comics you just read, he was also walking, but...
Yes. Yeah, the face-in hole superimposed.
Kind of weird.
It's kind of like a booth at a county fair where you like stick your face in a hole.
Ian McKellen's head just isn't moving, like his body's moving.
It's just like... They should have just moisturized him real good. There's two strange men here to see our child. We'll just peace out. We won't be here for the conversation.
Also important, I guess, as important as Charles Xavier walking, is that him and Magneto are here together.
Yes, they're friends.
As allies.
They're buddies. That's Stan Lee. Was he getting elder abused here?
Not yet, I don't think.
There's Warren Worthington. He's having a bad puberty time. I know he was trying to like microplane his wings off.
That's not good. This is gnarly. Look, he's all bloody.
Do you think Warren Worthington would have little tiny wings when he's a little boy? Like a little cherub?
These movies love to do a zooming,
zoomy
crazy
DNA sequence.
Title sequence. We just zoomed into the little cuts that he made in his back where his wings were.
Wolverine plays it a little too cool sometimes. Like you gotta be like a little scared.
Yeah, if there's
every
a big
once in a while.
explosion behind you, you don't have to just pose cool. All right. Wolverine lighting his cigar off the burning car is actually kind of cool. Oh, yeah. How can people not like this movie? Look, they're going to do a fastball special. Look at this.
What?
It's when Colossus throws Wolverine. It's pretty cool.
Just a big metal guy. Oh, it was the danger room all along. Is Wolverine just like too cool to wear the uniform? You know?
Yeah, because they all have some version of a uniform.
Yeah.
Certainly not comic book version.
I don't know.
He's just in his leather jacket.
I don't appreciate him being too good for the uniform, you know? All right, Scott's having a weird time because his girlfriend got absorbed by the water.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that is just drowned. She drowned.
Well, he probably felt her die with their special psychic rapport.
Psychic bond.
Bold of Rogue to wear a drop shoulder outfit since her skin contact with her skin is poisonous.
This kind of annoys me, like the boy-girl drama that's going on at this school, but it is realistic and now I realize is tonally appropriate to the comic because it's like, oh, the world's going to blow up, but will Scott like me back?
How about how's Anna Paquin's accent this time around?
Sometimes she forgets she has an accent. Sometimes she remembers.
She had
Anna.
Accent there. I don't know what it was, but here you go.
Oh, here's Kelsey Grammer. I think real life asshole, but
yeah, don't think about his real life.
He's okay.
Just think about Frasier as a blue furry guy.
It's just Frasier as a furry blue guy.
Incredible.
Look at his little blue feet.
You didn't get a ton of Beast in the Dark Phoenix comics.
No.
He's another one of my favorite guys. Maybe I just like blue guys.
I love how they were just like, look how secure our facility is. It's going to be where she will never be able to get out of there. And they're just like, okay, cut the feed. She's like killing everyone in there. I'm just saying, the longer I live, the more I agree with Magneto. You know? She stole that little boy. I'm just surprised that Kelsey Grammer let them put him in this blue makeup.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he could handle it.
Money.
He seems like he would get cranky in the makeup chair.
Be like, stop touching me.
There's just some twins. That's their mutation. They're just twins.
All right, so now they're doing mutant ethics, which is just regular ethics, right?
Well, yeah, but like also, what if you could do this?
Yeah.
Would you do it? Charles Xavier's classroom management better be on point.
On point. I mean, couldn't he just like kill anyone with his mind?
Oh,
I think
true.
that he's like lording that over them, where he's like, nobody act out.
Just psychically execute you.
I could psychically kill you. Storm's just sad. Just let her be sad. Charles Xavier just did the equivalent of like, you should smile more because
stop making it cloudy.
Yeah, she's sad over the death of her friend. Oh, Storm, my sweet summer child. She was like, we have a mutant Secretary of State or whatever. The Secretary of Mutant Affairs is a mutant. We're going to be fine. Nothing bad will ever happen to us again. We're in a post-mutant society. I do have to say that Storm has probably the most 2006 hair I've ever seen, right? Because her hair, I feel like in the comics is like so lush and so long. And here she has like the choppy, fringy bob with bangs that everyone had in 2006. Wolverine, why are you always wearing like suede and an A shirt? A pharmaceutical company, probably like Johnson & Johnson, has developed a vaccine to suppress the mutant gene. And it's like, all right, this could just like stop mutations. I mean, they're not going to make it freely available. It's not like it's going to be they're going to be giving it out. It's going to be like Ozempic. Well, it's also like, I'm not saying that all mutants should take it, but like there's some mutations that are definitely not beneficial.
This
right?
is a good ethical.
It is. But you know what I mean? It's like a, like Rogue, right? Like,
yeah, she's been dying to be able to touch people.
Yeah.
You know?
Like there are some mutations that are just not, like there's got to be, it's big world, a lot of people in it, a lot of different ways that genes could mutate, right? What if one mutation is just you're constantly pooping and it's like a poop geyser that shoots you up off, it's like a jetpack.
So they're
like,
on the
would you want to
X-Men,
be
and
that X-Man?
That's how they fly around.
No.
Really weird to be watching this movie in a post-COVID world because, like, I feel like part of the message is going to be the government shouldn't mandate we take this vaccine.
I mean, it would probably also be like the corollary, right? Is like if they had a vaccine that would like make you straight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
if you have like a beneficial mutation, you know?
Because that's
right?
very clearly what Mr. Worthington was behaving like. Not you, son, you know?
I just feel like Magneto is just such a big mood, right? Like he's always got a cape on. He's got like jeans and a cape right now.
Yeah, everybody's dressed very casually here,
except
including
Magneto.
him.
He's got a cashmere turtleneck plus cape. I'm here for it. I mean, Magneto does not trust the government.
It's so interesting because you could take this out of context and be like, oh, he sounds like a COVID vaccine denier.
Sure, but
he's right.
I don't trust the government, and I'd look great in a cape.
Look, that guy's mutation is he's spiky like a hedgehog. I'm scared of Mystique. It's so weird because in the comics, Mystique has a full outfit. She gets to wear clothes.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that she doesn't get to wear clothes. I'm going to blame that first director.
You didn't
What's
see
his
her,
name?
did you? She never showed up in the Dark Phoenix.
I don't think so. What's his name?
I forget who's who. Brett Ratner. This might be Brett Ratner.
Yeah, that's the second one. Who was the first one?
I don't remember.
I'm blaming that first guy. All right, so they're keeping this little mutant boy here.
Oh, this kid's got GameCube in here. He's living the life.
Yeah, why would you ever leave? Is this Jean Grey's resting place?
Oh, is this the lake? Yeah, look, he's here.
I mean, if Scott's driving out to the lake, Tyler, it's probably where she drowned. Also, Scott can see, guys.
He's not blind.
I thought he was like echolocating, you know? Like I
haven't re-listened to them, but I have a feeling we've covered this every single time we've done something about the X-Men. This has got to be like the 4th episode we've done.
I have poor short-term memory. Like, do you think his eyeballs get pent up? Like he has to release his eyeballs.
Oh, interesting.
Every once in a while.
Know.
All right, so he shot his eyeballs into the water, and now there's a big whirlpool. Way to go, Scott. I don't like Scott. I just think he's such a weenie. Is that like, do you feel like Scott's a weenie? What's your opinion on Scott?
You should keep reading X-Men.
Is he a weenie?
Just later when he marries a girl who looks just like Jean Grey and then leaves her and his newborn baby the second that he gets the chance to.
What a weenie. She's back. Jean's back. This is straight from the comic, except in the comic, they're making out on a desert rock. I guess she's never seen his eyes. Uh-oh. Famke, what are you doing? All right, Jean Grey's getting a little spicy because she's got powers. I just disagree with the message that the second a woman has powers, she's gonna use it to genocide a whole planet, you know? It's like...
Why did she blow up the planet? She's just hungry or something, or just going nuts?
She was just like, I can do anything. She was consumed by the Dark Phoenix, which is just lust and power. She's like full id at that moment. She's like, I can do anything, no consequences, no one can stop me, nothing can get in my way. And she just like straight up was like, I'm going to genocide that planet. It's like when somebody has a near-death experience and comes back and they're not like quite right, you know? Poor Jean. She is here, she's in a coma, but they still have her in a bra. Like, let Jean just take that bra off. Just rest. Look at it. It's like Dana Scully. That was an important piece that wasn't really in the comic, right? This is where we deviate a little bit. That Charles Xavier was like, all right, this little girl, she's too powerful. So he set up a bunch of barriers inside her mind. Instead of just like teaching her how to use the power responsibly, he's like, no little girl can have this much power. Only I, Charles Xavier, the most powerful telekinetic mutant, can have this power. And he shut it. He walled it off. He was a little jelly and he walled it off. God forbid a woman have telekinetic power. God forbid. If someone could please just allow Jean to take the bra off, though. If I ever go into a coma, please make sure they were like that. I want to wear a hospital gown.
Yeah, just
clearly.
no
but
underwire.
No underwire, please. Ooh, is Jean Grey resting under a weighted blanket? Incredible.
It's a nice quilt. Great philosophical question. I do like the setup with the cure. This is that other comic that I did not make you read.
Like, if you had great, big, beautiful wings, that's an okay mutation.
It's a pretty cool mutation.
It's a cool mutation.
And they're just like...
You just have to get like a custom suit. And he's
feathery.
Rich.
It's true.
Yeah, he's rich. It's not like he has bat wings. You know what I mean? He doesn't have like membranous weird wings. He has literal angel wings. If your son could fly, right, why would you force your son to walk? Way to go, Mr. Worthington. Look at him fly away. Tee-hee-hee. What a cheeky little guy.
It's the juggernaut, baby.
That would be kind of like a hard mutation, you know? That's like every toddler.
They gain too much momentum.
You
They're
can't stop
unstoppable.
them. They go real fast. Toddlers are real fast and then they fall over. All right, this is where I start to disagree with Magneto. So Rebecca Romaine Stamos took the dart for
She
Magneto.
jumped in front of it.
She jumped in front of it, and then he was like, sorry, you're not one of us anymore.
Just abandoned her.
All right, I forgot about Jean Grey. Now they have her in ballet flats. She's in a coma. Why is she wearing those ballet flats?
They took her weighted blanket off her, too.
Why is she in an underwire bra and ballet flats? I can't believe people were like, oh, I think this director's okay. Absolutely not. All right, she's up. Oh no, the Phoenix is here.
Oh boy. Wolverine and Jean Grey making out.
It's just like, I don't know. I just think the Wolverine's a lone wolf.
Here's what I want to know. How long has she been in a coma? Has she brushed her teeth?
No, surely not.
She just woke up.
Why she got those ballet flats on?
You can't get over it.
I can't.
I'm scared of Jean Grey.
So Scott's missing. Scott's just straight up. He is missing. He is absent. They got poor Jean Grey an eyeshadow while she was in her coma. Who's applying that? They like put Kitty Pryde on that? They're like, hey, Kitty, go put some eyeshadow on Jean. She looks ugly. What is Magneto's like evil little cave that he's in? Got a very low ceiling. Scott's a weenie anyway. Probably should have, instead of walling off her power, maybe just taught her how to be a powerful woman. Maybe not be intimidated by a woman who's stronger than you, Dr. Charles Xavier. I just feel like Jean Grey needs to get the yayas out. You know what I mean? Like, she's just got to go, like, get a wacky haircut. I think they just blew a fan on Patrick Stewart real hard. Look at him.
Is he like a baby? If there's too much wind, he stops breathing.
Good for Jean Grey. You really got to calibrate a red outfit when you have really dark red hair like that. She's pulling it off.
Look, they're having a mind battle.
She's just absolutely disintegrating Charles Xavier.
They really made her look like a horror movie character.
She got like big dark eyes.
Yeah, she looks cool.
Just blew him apart into a fine red mist.
Wow.
Nothing left. Not even one leg
You think
hair.
he had him?
So does Charles Xavier have like alopecia?
You laughing at Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman just ran in, looked at Charles Xavier's empty wheelchair and made this sound of like, I know it's supposed to be like profound grief, but it just sounds like he opened the fridge and found like a bad broccoli or something. He was like, like it was just a sound of like surprise and disgust. I think it was supposed to maybe be like a little bit more like impactful, but it sounds like he like sat on his testicle or something. Right? It sounds like he opened the door to his bedroom and there was like a spider on the carpet. All right, so they're having a Charles Xavier funeral. All right, I forgot that this school is basically pre-K through college. There's like little preschoolers in the back.
Also, has Peter Rasputin spoken a word yet?
No.
Do you think they couldn't find someone who could do a Russian accent? They're just like, just have him be silent.
Like, here's the grown-ups. I want them to pan back to the little mutant preschooler section. They're all sitting real polite.
Yeah, they're doing good. Oh, here's Logan. Can't be bothered to even just wear a black A shirt to this funeral.
Nope.
Show some respect.
He didn't even go to the funeral. He wore his Canadian tuxedo and he stood 50 feet away.
And brooded.
All right, so Kitty Pryde's here. No explanation. She's just here.
Yeah, the school's just, they've taken on more students.
Oh my God, Kitty Pryde is wearing a Juicy Couture velour
It's 2006, Kate.
hoodie. I'm thrilled. I could not be more thrilled. All right, here's Bobby Drake, playa. Rogue's about to go Dark Phoenix. Oh, classic Rogue. Instead of staying and confronting the problem, she's just going to run away. She's got her little bag. She's out of here. What do you think the A-shirt budget for this movie was?
You've read one X-Men storyline, and now you're saying things like classic Rogue.
She's always running away. Rogue's off to go get the cure, which I kind of get.
Yeah, her power
kind of sucks.
Yeah.
All right, here's Jean Grey's tent city.
It's just a Renaissance fair.
A lot of capes. Ian McKellen's got great hair. Your Magneto's not thinking this through. He's like, here, look, here's the mutant unmaking gun. She like just stripped it down to its parts and then pointed the darts right at him with her brain. Is this what Ian McKellen looked like in 2006?
Yep.
Wow. All right, here we are at Magneto's Coachella. Lots of tents, lots of tattoos, few showers. All right, so is the school closing down? Are they...
I mean, what are you going to do without Charles Xavier?
Can't you just run the school in his absence? Did he delegate any tasks to anyone? Did he set up a trust to keep the school running? He seems like he was pretty rich. He was probably running some kind of Ponzi scheme with his mind powers. Look, now Halle Berry's going to run the school. It's going to be fine.
Oh, finally, Colossus spoke in the most typical American accent you've ever heard.
He was just a corn-fed American. His name's Peter Jones.
I'm glad you took some time to think
I had
of
to
that
think. I had to think about it.
That was an incredible pull. You did a great job on your Wolverine hair for Halloween.
Oh,
Look
my
at that.
Wolverine hair looked so good at Halloween.
I feel like we really glossed over Cyclops getting killed.
He's still missing. He's MIA. Such a soap opera, this whole thing.
Don't you get it now?
It's like he cannot let her go because he loves her. To be clear, I'm very pro-COVID vaccine, guys. Very pro-COVID-19 vaccine.
But you're anti-mutant cure.
Anti-mutant cure.
They're different.
It's just Magneto's little dumb dungeon. I know it's supposed to be very serious.
He's doing his, taking responsibility for a terrorist attack video from there.
Yeah,
it kind of just looks like a crinkled trash bag behind him.
It looks like Dr. Evil. I can't take it seriously. There's a lot of right here. Again, Wolverine's A-shirt budget off the charts.
Listen, if I was Hugh Jackman, I would be wearing an A-shirt everywhere all the time. I look like an old Italian man in my A-shirt. I
want to give you my chain whenever you wear an A-shirt.
I think there's also kind of an interesting thing going on here. They're not even elaborating on it too much of the difference between a rich mutant like Charles Xavier and the little rich campus he has versus look at all these mutants who have to live in the woods.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's something to that.
I think so. I think there's mutants with privilege, especially when you think about mutants who maybe look typical.
Yeah.
Right? Most of the mutants at Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters look like typical kids, maybe even cute kids.
Mm-hmm.
The folks who are in the woods here in the woods camp are maybe less.
They're not all visibly mutated.
No,
though.
but
did
definitely.
You see what's their thing? They have tattoos.
Yeah.
So they've chosen to mark themselves.
Yeah, but they're more visibly mutated, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're mutants who maybe are of a lower socioeconomic status, right? Who I know that the School for Gifted Youngsters is free.
Maybe their mutant ACT scores weren't.
Doesn't appear to be a mutant public school where you can send your kids to get training in their mutant powers. Man, having a metal skeleton right now is not a good thing.
I haven't seen the end of this yet, but I'm saying right now, I think this movie's reputation is overstated for being bad.
You think?
Yeah.
You know what I think isn't overstated for being bad? That guy's a creep. Ratman or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Brett Ratman.
Ratman?
Brett Ratfink.
What's his name?
Brett Ratner. I feel like they would have found out when Professor X died that the foundation of the mansion is crumbling and he's just been holding it together with his psychic power.
Yeah, maybe. Nobody's paid the bill on this secret super invisible plane
He's
in a
just
while.
been making them think that he's been paying it.
It's going to be repossessed soon. Do you think Magneto has to rest up before doing this?
It seems like it would take a lot out of him. Also, you talked about Magneto being a mood. This is certainly a choice.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of ways they could have gotten to Alcatraz.
Oh, they could have taken the boat. They could have taken the tourist boat. The boop boop.
He could have also just had them all stand on a small piece of metal and flown it over.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't have
Magneto
to move the Golden Gate Bridge.
Magneto understands the power of theater.
Had to get a dig in on his dead rival,
yeah,
too.
Absolutely. And it's I don't know, man. If you know that you're not going to be treated fairly, right? Why would you make the effort to treat someone else fairly? Is part of it a hell of his own making? Maybe. Maybe Eric Lensher should have been a little bit more pleasant and nicer, but no interaction that he's ever had has shown him that people will treat him fairly, you know?
Yeah.
What are their powers? Just jumping real big? For some reason, almost everyone in the Coachella group, the Magneto group, can jump real high and real far.
Maybe they've been practicing Cirque du Soleil in the woods. I mean, and he is using them as cannon fodder.
Absolutely.
They're all getting demutated.
Arclight just claps real loud.
Oh, he said the thing. I can't believe they had Hank McCoy say, "Oh, my stars and garters."
I almost called him Hank Hill. There's Famke. What's she doing? All right, this is a long, very intense battle scene. There's just a lot going on. Everybody's just jumping a lot. So much jumping. Oh, here's the biggest jumper of all, Wolverine. What makes the X-Men think that the U.S. military is going to spare them?
Right? They would be the first people shot by those guns.
Absolutely. Don't trust the government, X-Men. Don't turn your back on these people. They're going to absolutely destroy you. Their ghost guns got blown up by Arclight's very loud clapping, but they would shoot them with regular guns. Like,
and yeah, most of them are susceptible, yeah. Yeah, why do we have to have the mutants fighting other mutants?
I know. It really bums me out.
Guys, just reach a consensus.
I'm just saying. I get it, Magneto.
Does this character have a name?
Fast girl.
Here we go. The Juggernaut's building up some momentum. They're playing like bowling pin sounds while he runs through a crowd. Glad they found a section of this lab with like 1 million walls in a row for the Juggernaut to crash
It's amazing.
through.
Wish I had quills. All right, Warren, you don't have to save your undeserving father.
But
maybe you do.
Maybe
you have to forgive him for yourself.
He's like, ew, I don't want to be saved by you.
Stop that, son. I always knew Magneto had a little bit of that dog in him. He's just blowing up cars.
Shooting. He's just throwing cars in the air so Pyro can light them on fire. I don't even know if they're advancing their agenda right now. It's just having fun.
Just having a good time.
Good old-fashioned fun.
Just demolition derby.
Now, there's an interesting moral dilemma. Come on, you got to admit, they got some good moral dilemmas in these X-Men media.
Yeah, I agree.
They're like thinking about should the X-Men use the cure on Magneto? This is just like a Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Shoot your beams at each other. He's icing up. Here we go.
Why is he icing up like that?
This is what Iceman's supposed to look like. Just a total ice guy.
Wow, they really punched him full of mutant cure.
Did they really do it?
They did it.
That seems totally like a red line that they shouldn't cross.
Yeah, it feels like really, really wrong.
They cured Magneto. I mean, and Magneto was the guy earlier who's like, you've been cured, you're worthless to me.
But
maybe it's a fake out.
It feels kind of like the Geneva Convention. You know what I mean? Like,
well, right, because how could they ever have the moral high ground again?
Ever,
about this cure?
right? Yeah. They're like, oh, yeah, it's wrong to do anything to anyone else.
Maybe it's just full of sugar water, you know?
Yeah, it's all the placebo effect.
I don't know. My magnets.
Right. So they went back into the future past and they wiped this movie off the
this movie
face of the earth.
Never happened.
Yeah, so why would the X-Men think that the U.S. military would be like, oh, thanks, guys. We're not going to shoot you full of mutant cure.
Whoa. Jean Grey just...
absolutely pulverized the entire U.S. Army battalion.
They're gone. They turned into dust.
And they blew away like leaves.
Oh my God.
Listen, Jean's just dissolving
Just so many people are just getting absolutely disintegrated.
Yeah, she's mad.
It's wild.
She's angry. It's hard to feel this angry all the time. It's like hard not to root for Jean because you're like, all right, #girl boss. But then you're like, oh, she's disintegrating people. All right, so Wolverine's like, I love you, Jean Grey. I love you so much. What a simp.
Yeah, Wolverine had to come up and give her the claws.
Right in the tummy. Scott Summers, dead. And a weenie.
Look at their tiny little graves next to Charles Xavier's huge grave. I just want something modest. Perhaps an eternal flame. A bas-relief profile of myself scowling.
All right, so Anna Paquin got the mutant cure, and then all of a sudden her accent came back. Maybe, she did not have an accent when she went to go get the mutant cure.
Maybe the in-universe explanation for her inconsistent accent is she just recently lightly touched a person with no accent and she absorbed it. Also, why is she allowed to go to the school? She has no powers anymore.
She's gonna be like their RA.
It's the one prerequisite to attending this school.
Yeah. The U.S. military would absolutely not, like the U.S. government, after seeing what happened in San Francisco, they would not appoint Dr. Hank McCoy to the United Nations. He's the UN ambassador.
Why would he want to work for the government?
Exactly.
Also,
what a bootlicker. And also, like, they would have just machine gun Hank McCoy.
Yeah.
The U.S. government isn't going to be like, oh, yeah, mutants are cool now.
He's easy to kill, too. He's just furry and like acrobatic. Yeah. He's not like unkillable.
The U.S. government is going to be like, oh, yeah, previously we were not cool with you and now we are cool with you. No. They have to fix the entire Golden Gate Bridge. The whole thing.
The infrastructure alone here is just...
And infrastructure is more important than people.
They took some big swings in this, whether it's good or not. You got depowered Magneto here. I think this is part of the reason people don't like this, is all the deaths of major characters. Magneto is powerless now. Rogue is powerless now. It's kind of bold choices. Oh, wait.
He got it back just
he had
little
some
tiny
power?
bit.
How did he have power? Maybe it was just a gust of wind. That was like the Inception ending when the spinner wobbles.
Do you remember when we first met? Do you know what I saw when I looked at you? I saw the next stage in evolution. What Charles and I dreamt of finding. And I thought to myself, why would Charles want to turn this goddess into a mortal? I can manipulate the meddle in this. But you can do anything. Anything you can think of. Cheating. Enough. Enough!
You sound just like him.
Gene, he wanted to hold you back.
What do you want?
I want you to be what you are, as nature intended. That cure is meant for all of us. If we want freedom, we must fight for it. And that fight begins now.
Okay, that was it.
That was the
That
movie,
was
Kate.
X-Men 3.
X-Men, The Last Stand.
That one. Forgot the little subtitle.
They really did do a lot of stuff that would make it so you couldn't make a sequel to this.
Right? Yeah.
Right? Like,
so then they had to go into the days of future past. And
they
then,
were just like,
and then just be
forget
like, that didn't.
all of that
That didn't happen.
We didn't like any of
But
the
they were like,
status quo
those
changes
two,
that
those
happened.
two other movies made by a creep, those happened.
Those are fine.
Okay. I don't like that, but sure. We'll go with it. What do you got? What do you got for me?
Oh, I wish I didn't know what the sort of like cultural or internet opinion, hive mind opinion is on movies sometimes.
And it's like, do I trust the hive mind? Like, would I go to the internet hive mind for advice? If not, why would I let them tell me like what is good and bad?
I think I was just definitely too chronic online when I was a teenager and was like, well, that movie's bad. Well, I don't even need to waste my time, you know?
What were there specific criticisms?
So the biggest thing with all three of these movies is that Scott Summers, as you saw, is kind of like, he's the leader of the X-Men.
Oh, the weenie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the director. Okay, no. Cyclops, the weenie.
Cyclops is the leader of the X-Men, right? He is the appointed
he is,
team
but, like,
leader.
He's a
weenie in the comics too, but they really have sidelined his character in these movies, especially here where he died in the first 2 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, because he was a weenie. Had he displayed fewer weenie-type qualities, he would have been alive.
So, like, and I'm okay with them making changes. Like, you cannot do the whole Dark Phoenix, you're not going to introduce us to the Hellfire Club and do all this stuff. You can't do that.
That feels like a mini-series.
Yeah. I'm fine with that, of adapting it. That doesn't bother me, but I think that's another complaint. But I think you could keep Cyclops as a major character in these movies, and they did not, even in the ones he's in more. So that's a complaint. The fact that they killed everybody, Charles Xavier, gone. Scott Summers, gone. Jean Grey, gone. Even though that happened in the comic. That one's fine, I guess. It's also a little complicated because it's like this movie, the team suddenly has people on it that were not really introduced to us properly in the previous films, but you're just like, okay, here they are.
Okay, I could see that criticism.
And
I understand that.
I'm happy to see the Beast. I love the Beast. I love the Beast from the cartoon. I love the Beast from the comics. So it's like, great. That's very rewarding. And I think that's a tough thing to do in these movies, to play to your general audience and play to your people who are steeped in comic book lore,
the Beast heads.
Right. Right. Like Kitty Pryde. I'm excited to see Kitty Pryde, but they just kind of threw her in here and made her one of the main characters, And she is like a very rich, she's a character that, is very important in those comics. You didn't see much of her because she showed up in between the Phoenix thing and the Dark Phoenix thing and then was just there for you, but she's pretty important. What do you think? What'd you think of this?
I liked it. I didn't hate it.
Right?
I thought it had some good, like, thinky parts where you're like, okay, what should we do here?
Yeah.
The action sequences didn't really like grab me.
It's not your favorite
I'm not a big,
genre to begin with,
I'm not
right?
like a big action sequence person. You can't top Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart doing anything. Like, you know what I mean? I would watch them eat a ham sandwich together.
Okay, so then for this movie, we lose Patrick Stewart like halfway through. And then Ian McKellen, like after they start attacking Alcatraz, he doesn't really get a whole heck of a lot to do, you know?
True. But
So
they're there.
They're there.
You know?
They're there in the beginning. Yeah.
Big fan.
We get a good amount of them early on.
I actually think Famke Janssen turns in a pretty good performance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, she gets to do a little...
My main criticism is, why is she wearing ballet flats if she's in a coma? I do have questions about that.
I mean, the men there, they're like, well, I don't know. What do we put her in?
What do we put on her feet?
Oh, look, we found her ballet flats.
Here's some underpants and a top with underwire, and maybe her feet are cold. Maybe that's why she's upset. But yeah, I mean, I had a good time. I had a good time.
That's actually pretty fun.
Yeah,
Enjoyed that.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
If you had a mutant power where you grew beautiful wings, I would let you keep your wings.
I'd love to have my wings fly around.
Yeah.
Angel also got kind of done a little dirty in this movie.
A little bit. He got to do that really great, fun scene, though, where he jumps out the window. That was nice.
That was cool. But they really, for being one of the original X-Men characters...
I'm sure people were mad about that.
You know, Cyclops gets done dirty in this movie. Angel gets done dirty in this movie. Iceman, they give him enough. He got the ice up. That was cool. Beast shows up here. Great. And then Jean Grey obviously got to be like the main event. So, you know, they finally introduced the Angel into these movies. And then it's just like kind of a weird, I don't know. Well, there it is. So not a bad superhero threequel.
Yeah, I mean,
if you have to
if
make
you
a
gotta
third
watch
movie,
a threequel,
could be worse. Oh,
there's an after the credits scene.
Who's this?
It's the guy.
Which guy?
The guy who doesn't have any consciousness.
So wait a minute. You're telling me Professor X, who just told us it was unethical to transfer your consciousness into a comatose body.
He was like, it's unethical.
That it happened. It's fine when it's me.
It's unethical for anyone but me, Charles Xavier, the most powerful telekinetic mutant, especially since Jean Grey was murdered. Yes. And I also did not orchestrate that. I have to go now.
Wow, all right. There we go. That was clever.
But this movie doesn't exist anymore because they went into the future past.
They gave us a little Moira McTaggart there, too.
They took it away.
Cool.
Who?
You saw Moira. Remember they were on her island? They were like, thank you for your help with my evil son Proteus.
Yeah.
Goodbye now.
Isn't she also dating Banshee?
She's like Charles Xavier's old flame, but she's also like a mutant researcher. It is a very...
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where's Banshee in all this?
Banshee was a villain.
Isn't he like a folk singer who can like make you tap dance?
He's Irish. No, he just screams really loud. And his scream is like supersonic. It can like make your ears bleed, and he can like fly around because of the scream, I think.
Yeah, because he's like echolocating.
Yeah.
But like echo pushing.
Yeah. So Banshee was an X-Men villain. They beat him, and then eventually when they made that, you just read this, the classic X-Men #1, Giant Size X-Men #1. Banshee was one of the new guys they recruited.
Yeah.
And then he goes and lives with more. He gets injured, like his throat. He gets like a sore throat.
Yeah.
And now he can't do his power, so he goes to live with Moira McTaggart, and then romance blossoms.
That's true, because there was a part where he was like, "You want to fool around?" to Moira McTaggart, and she was like, "The spirit is willing, but the flesh is tired."
What?
That's literally
in the comic
there.
you read?
It's literally in there.
Oh, you didn't point that out. All right.
I was speed reading.
All right, we got... All right, Kate, you're a really good sport. Oh, I guess the main question I meant to ask before we finally end this is, do you think it made any difference to have you read all this?
No, absolutely not. That was an evil prank on your part. I was pranked. I was swindled.
I just wanted to share my love of those comics with you.
I was swindled by my husband.
You don't think he gave you some content? It really didn't.
You could have just told me. Here's the things you need to know, Katie. Ready? I'm going to summarize it in less than 30 seconds.
Okay.
Ready?
Get my stopwatch.
Get your stopwatch.
All right, hang on.
Less than 1 minute. Give me less than 1 minute.
No. All right. Well, hang on.
Don't make it a stopwatch. Make it a stopwatch. Don't make it a timer.
Okay, ready? I'll start when you start.
Okay, Jean Grey was Marvel Girl, and then she made a plane go into the Earth, and then she was reborn, and she was the Phoenix, and then she got mad, and she was the Dark Phoenix.
It was 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
8 and 17.
8 seconds, listeners.
8, 17.
We could add a piece
16.
about her psychological torture and still have it be under 30 seconds.
Okay, that was one more second. So next week we're going to watch Spider-Man 3, and I've decided I will not make you read any comics.
I'm about to go Dark Phoenix on your
I'm scared.
When conflicts reach an impasse,
We're going to protect our citizens.
something happens
You're talking about declaring war on U.S. soil.
to shift the balance forever. Make no mistake, my brothers. They wish to cure us. And I say we are the cure.
I'm not going to let that happen. Are you?